So I just watched a robot walk another robot dog down a Chinese street. And no, this isn't some Black Mirror episode. This is real life. These clips are racking up millions of views on social media, and for good reason. They look like something straight out of a sci-fi blockbuster. Is this a genuine leap into our robotic future? A sign that China's leaving everyone else in the dust? Or is this just high-tech propaganda? All flash, no substance. Because while China's putting robots on parade, the United States is taking a completely different approach. And honestly, both strategies are kind of terrifying in their own way. But what do I know? I'm just a panda with a camera and a whole lot of questions. So buckle up, because this robo rabbit hole goes deep. China's robot reality check. China now installs over half of the world's industrial robots, according to recent global robotics reports. Not 20%, not 30%, half. China's robot density has skyrocketed, all thanks to a national strategy called Made in China 2025. When Beijing wants to project power, they don't do subtle, they go all in. At the 2025 Spring Festival Gala, China's biggest TV event of the year, a group of humanoid robots performed a synchronized folk dance. These aren't just dancing curiosities for show. Well, yes, they kind of are too. And the dance, why does everyone keep making dancing robots? Does anyone really need a dancing robot? Is that just me? And backstage, people noticed the robot dancers weren't fully automatic anyway. Each robot was being guided by a staff member holding its own remote controller. So yeah, it was optics only to make people think they have the full tech when they don't. And yeah, dancing robots are just so distracting. Okay, back to the story. The company behind these has cracked the code on something huge, making robots shockingly affordable. At least that's what it looks like. Their go-to robot dog starts at just $1,600. By comparison, Boston Dynamics Spot, built for industrial use, starts at about $74,500. Which dog is cuter? I think this one dressed as a dinosaur. Ha! Anyway, this is China's core strategy. Think Henry Ford and the Model T. And remember, companies like Unitree aren't operating independently the way Tesla or Boston Dynamics do in the US. In China, anything this visible, this polished, and this perfectly timed has to be aligned with state goals. And China is a one-party-only state, so there's no separating the robot maker from the regime backing it. The goal isn't one perfect, handcrafted machine. It's mass production that changes society. These robots are acting as porters, assisting firefighters, patrolling city streets. People are even half joking that China's building humanoids to solve the labor shortage, and maybe even the marriage crisis. Because if the birth rate keeps dropping, someone has to keep the factories running. And here's where it gets crazier. Last week, a video went viral. An army of Walker S2 humanoids marching in perfect unison inside a Shenzhen factory. The scene was both impressive and deeply unsettling. These robots are already being tested in factories for BYD and Geely, China's automotive giants. Not in 5 years, not coming soon. Now, getting into cargo boxes ready to be shipped, even with a salute, yeah. And just to show how far the spectacle goes, China also pushed a humanoid robot to walk from Suzhou to Shanghai, 106 kilometers non-stop. That's 65 miles. Guinness World Records even certified it for the longest journey walked by a humanoid robot. It took over 3 days, which basically means this thing did 2 weeks worth of 10,000 steps without sitting down once. Even the robot joked it needed new shoes. So is it propaganda? Yes and no. China knows the world compares their videos to Tesla's demos or Boston Dynamics tests, but that comparison is flawed. One side is showing engineering, the other is showing theater. It's not lies, it's optics. Because when it comes to robots, China isn't just building machines, they're building optics. And optics are the one thing the Chinese regime have mastered better than anyone, and they're very strategic about which moments they choose to show you. Here's what nobody's talking about. While we're all mesmerized by dancing robots or fighting over who has the better finger control, both superpowers are racing toward the same endgame. The uncomfortable question isn't which country has cooler tech, it's what happens to human workers when robots become this cheap and this capable. Let me show you what the other side of this race looks like. America's completely different game. America is still making its robots dance. But America's approach is less about spectacle and more about solving actual problems that could literally save your life. It's less like the Model T and more like the Apollo program. Massive investment in cutting-edge tech for incredibly difficult challenges. The most famous example? Boston Dynamics. The world loves videos of Atlas doing backflips, but these machines aren't for consumers. The Spot robot dog starts at $75,000, nearly 50 times China's price. Why? Spot gets deployed for jobs too dangerous for humans, like inspecting decommissioned nuclear plants. This isn't about going viral, it's about preventing catastrophic failures. Then there's the humanoid race. While China floods factories with cheap bots, America's perfecting elite systems. Take Agility Robotics and its humanoid called Digit. In 2024, Digit became one of the first humanoids deployed in a U.S. commercial warehouse. Not for show, but for ruthless efficiency. What about the backing? Figure AI, a humanoid startup, has attracted investments from Microsoft, Nvidia, and Jeff Bezos. By late 2025, its Figure 02 robots were successfully operating on BMW's U.S. production lines. The American strategy is crystal clear. Build the world's most capable specialized robots. Push the absolute limits of what's possible. Set the standard everyone else has to meet. Two superpowers, two completely different races. China and the United States aren't running the same race. They're not even on the same track. China's playing a game of scale and speed. Make it affordable, make it everywhere, make it now. Their advantage? A massive manufacturing base and the ability to produce robots nearly as capable as American models for a fraction of the cost. The goal? Mass adoption. Making robotics as common as electricity. And if they put out the pictures first, they claim the first prize before anyone even knows what the competition is really about. The United States is playing for peak performance, pure innovation, creating the most technically advanced systems. Their strategy? Partner with major industrial players to prove their robots' value in the most demanding environments imaginable. It's a battle of business models, one under free enterprise and the other under national state control for the greater good of the people. The party. China bets that the cheapest good enough at massive scale will conquer the world. The US bets that real-world application and excellence will set the standard. There's also a difference in how Chinese companies train their robots. Looks brutal. Well, so is the human rights record of the Chinese regime. That's the culture they fund in their businesses. Am I getting political? No. If you want a realistic robot comparison, you can't sugarcoat the culture they are being developed in, too. So I started by asking, are these viral robot videos real or propaganda? The answer? Both. They're real. Technology exists and is being deployed at a staggering rate. And in China, they're part of a calculated national strategy to project power and vision to the world. So if the videos felt unsettling, that's by design. Fear is part of the strategy. It narrows your focus. It makes the spectacle itself feel bigger than the reality behind it. Who will win? Both visions might succeed. China could flood the world with affordable robots, while America perfects elite systems. The question isn't which future wins, it's whether there's room for both, or if one will inevitably crush the other. Based on what I've seen covering China's long-term strategies, they're not just building robots, they're building the infrastructure to make the rest of the world dependent on their technology. That keeps me up at night more than any dancing robot video ever could. So what do you think? Which strategy is more likely to succeed, or are we headed for a world where both coexist? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead on the technologies and mysteries shaping our future, hit subscribe. This panda's got more stories to uncover.